Good morning. Welcome to Thursday morning yoga. Here we are on our mat again. It's nice to have some sunlight out when we do this. And the sunrise this morning is pretty colorful, gorgeous to see. And I would have missed it if I had hit the alarm one more time. So welcome to Thursday morning yoga. Find a comfortable seat. Today's flow is going to be a very slow roll flow. We're going to ease into it and really move with the breath. And then we'll move from our backs to standing and work through some bigger muscle standing postures. So hope you enjoy this. I hope it's a nice gentle way to wake up and to then ease into your day. So here we go. Find a seat. Make sure that as much of your bottom is sitting firmly on the floor as possible. It'll be easier than adjusting once you kind of start to get comfortable. And let's just bring the elbows up to the ears gently. You don't have to squeeze. And then exhale, send the shoulders down the back, everything towards the floor. Again, inhale through the nose, bring the elbows up to the ears, not the elbows, the shoulders. Exhale, send it down the back. Close your lips if they were open, and we'll move to nose breath. So one more time, inhale through the nose, send everything up towards the ears, and exhale out the nose, drop everything down the back. If you want to take those, if the shoulder rolls feel good, great. I'm going to drop that and bring your hand someplace comfortable, and we'll just drop into nose breath. Focus on the exhales, letting everything get heavy on the mat. Let go of whatever's holding on to in the hip area. For me, it's my knees. Each inhale, sit up a little taller. We don't want to dump into the body. But the exhales, really let that relax into the mat. Pick a part of your body to focus on. Maybe it's your shoulders. Maybe it's your elbows, putting some weight in your elbows. Or again, the hips, knees. Spend 5 breaths here on the exhale, just taking time to think about those body parts moving deeper into the ground. Inhales might lift you a little bit up at the belly button. But exhales are, if you could close your eyes, you're just kind of melting like a puddle into the earth. All right, we're going to keep that awareness happening as we come to our backs. So again, slow roll start. So we're really going to ease into this, spending 5 to 8 breaths in each posture. So let's let the feet come together and the knees go out wide, because another good space where you can just feel the exhale sending the knees towards the ground, even if they're not touching. Hands on your belly. Just take a few breaths here. Getting easy on our mat. Maybe wiggling the shoulders underneath a little bit more. Now that we're laying down, you could probably deepen your inhales and exhales, lengthening them, which would feel really good. And we're going to be on the ground for a little bit, so go ahead and get comfortable here. Bring the hands up overhead. Nice, good morning stretch. And you can straighten out the legs too. So feeling good here. Readjust yourself, let yourself settle back into the earth. Imagining your spine coming down onto the ground. It's probably not, you have a natural curve in your body, it's probably not, but we can imagine it that way. 2 more breaths right here. If you want to stretch and relax, you can, but just focusing on the relaxed part a little bit more today. We're going to take our side stretches here. So start to walk the upper part of the body towards the right side of the mat. So we'll get a nice curve. And then a few breaths to readjust. Again, in. Exhale, settling you back down. And if you'd like to bring the feet along with you, you'll take the feet to the right side of the mat too. And now we've got our banana shape. Some things you could do to intensify this if you need it. But you are working on the stretch in the left side of the body, as well as the exhale, settling you back down, like this push and pull happening. Relax your jaw. You don't need to hold on to anything. We can let gravity help us, and we can let the support of the floor help too. Bring everything back to center. And just like we did on that side, we'll do the same on the left, starting with the upper body to the left corner of the mat. I feel like too much stuff in my way here. And once you've started to settle in on this side, you can bring your feet along for the ride, making this left side banana. How much of your upper back can you get to touch the floor? Or just notice what parts are touching the floor. Breathe into anything that's really tight. For me, this is that psoas muscle, stretching from my hip up in under my ribs. Note to self, this is another great way to get into that space. Try to keep both hips on the ground. Maybe that gives a little extra stretch. And then bring the top body back to the center, the bottom body back to the center. Stretch out long. And when you're ready, knees are going to come into the chest. Enjoy this squeeze. Fix your pants, whatever you got to do. Enjoy the squeeze. And then we'll take a little rock side to side if that feels good. This is where you can start to get your spine flat on the mat, especially with the knees hugged in. That sometimes flattens our back. And we'll take the arms out in T and let the knees drop to the left. And if your neck is cooperating, gaze to the right. And here I'm going to, a lot of times I keep my knees hugged up tight. I'm going to encourage you to relax that a little bit. Whatever lets the rest of your body fall to the ground. Come back to the deep inhales and exhales. And each exhale, sending everything to the ground. If you notice some pops, that's normal. Just be gentle with your body. Get 2 more deep breaths here. After your last exhale, maybe with the help of your hands, bring your knees back to center. And a little rock back and forth to readjust. And when you're ready, arms go back out into T, legs come to the right and gaze to the left. And again, letting go a little bit in the hips, even if that means your knees come closer to the bottom edge of the mat. Readjusting all over again, trying to get both shoulders down on the ground. The hips, knees, letting go. Maybe even you're tight in your ankles and your toes. Let those relax a little bit. Everything's supported on the ground, so it's a great place to be. You don't have to hold on. 2 more breaths. Deep inhale, exhale, sigh it out. 1 more. Inhale back to center. Hands come around the knees, another squeeze, maybe rock back and forth to readjust. And let's send the hands down to reach, either it could just be behind your thighs, it could be your ankles, or you could reach down full happy baby, hands outside the feet, flex the feet, send the coccyx bone, the tailbone towards the front of the mat, flatten the back. And this is a great place to be to work with the exhales. So each inhale, nice and deep, and then exhale, bring the knees a little closer to the armpits. Send the tailbone closer to the front of the room. Let all the air come out of your belly. And you can do that by squeezing the thighs a little bit closer in. And try to relax. Give exhales, can let whatever's holding on in the hips go. Just imagine what would happen if everything released and you could just bring those knees right to the floor. What would that be like? And then go ahead and just for a couple breaths, we'll straighten the legs. Bring the feet together, straighten the legs. Maybe hands go underneath the hips. Take a little candlestick here. Inhales, lift the feet a little higher. And exhales, let everything else sink into the ground. Nice couple inversions here to get the thyroid gland pumping. That's really good for us. And then bring the knees into the chest, and we're going to take a roll to a seat. Legs go out long when you get there. Actually, legs go out long. Right knee stays into the chest. So we've got this set up. And then we'll take the right knee down to the ground. So we'll set it up for Janu Shirsasana letter A, or knee head pose. Knee heads, exhaling them towards the ground, and then arms come up. Center your chest over the left knee, and then exhale, forward fold. We're trying for a flat back, but this is really early in the morning for this stretch. So a bend in the knee might be really great. Just be gentle. Our body isn't warmed up, but we can start to feel this stretch, but just be gentle. If you want to bend your chin into your chest, look down at the knee, that's great. If your forehead's on your knee, wonderful. Now just gently sending both knees to the ground on the next exhale. Inhale, walk yourself back up to a seat. We'll take the right foot and plant it on the floor, knee to the sky, and take Mary Chasana letter C. So left elbow comes around the right knee, hand behind the hip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, release heavy. 2 more breaths. Don't yank here, it's still early. Nice brightness in your foot, so a little flex in the left foot. And taking our time in this twist so we don't have to rush it. And then inhale, gently work yourself back to center. We'll take the feet out long. And seated forward fold with the feet together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Decide right about here, do you want some bend in the knees? You could reach around the feet. Lengthen the spine as much as you can, and then bow the head in. 3 breaths here. Seeing what you can make happen with the exhales. Notice what's happening in your body. Inhale, back up to a seat. We'll bring the right sole, or left, this is left sole to the right thigh. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Noticing the change, maybe your difference on this side. Bend your knee again if you want a little extra love there. And when you're ready, bow your chin in. Gaze towards the knee. Take 3 more breaths on this side. Really relax into the exhale. Inhale, brings you back to a seat. The left knee points to the sky, and we'll take the twist on this side. Hand comes behind the hips, and then inhale tall. We've got 5 breaths here. Gaze is going towards the left shoulder. Just a direction. Each exhale maybe gets you a little bit more twisty. Inhale back to center. And we'll just bring our feet in, and we're going to roll forward and come to down dog. Lots of time here in this down dog to warm up. So let it be deep knee bends on one side and then the other. Really kind of keeping that slow pace. and incorporating the exhales that sink you down. So nice slow walk out the dog, pedaling one foot, then the other. Stretching deeply into the backs of the legs and sending some breath in that space as well. 3 more breaths here. Push away from the mat. Lots of time to send the hips to the sky, heels to the ground. I've kind of got a shorter down dog stance here, which allows me to have everything grounded to the floor. It just feels good this morning. Take one more inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh out the mouth. On an inhale, look forward. We're going to come forward slowly to a standing forward fold. So take your time getting there, maybe like slow motion steps. And when you're here, just let's take an inhale, half lift and hold. Make a nice flat back. Let me get my face in here. Nice flat back. Take some time, send the hips to the back of the mat, crown of the head to the front of the mat. Send the shoulders down the back. And now tuck the belly button to the spine and exhale, forward fold. That's how we get the longest, flattest back we can in this Ashtanga style forward fold. See what you can do to relax here. Maybe it's bringing your hands to your elbows and hanging, letting gravity, maybe it's bending your knees. 2 more nice deep breaths in the forward fold. So good for the low back, and another version of an inversion. When you're ready, let's inhale all the way up to the top of our mountain pose. Arms can come up overhead. Let them meet at the top, and then slow exhale, bring the hands right through heart center. We're gonna be right here at this top of your mat for a bit, so I'm just gonna turn to face you. You can stay right where you're at. We're going to take the top half of the sun A 5 times. So I'll walk us through the first couple, and then I'll be quiet. You can do it on your own. The challenge here is to sync the breath with the movement. So inhale, arms up. Nice, slow, deep inhale. Bringing the hands together at the top. And then exhale, swan dive over 2 straight legs. Maybe they're bent. Exhale down. Nice, full exhale. We're moving with that breath. Inhale, half lift, and come all the way back to where we were at if you want. The top of that inhale, pause, and then exhale, forward fold. Take the full deep exhale, and then on the inhale, slowly rise all the way up to standing. So the slower you can go, the deeper you can make the breaths right here, the better. Exhale, bring the hands through heart center slowly. Just really intentionally pulling everything together. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Take your time to hear your breath. Inhale, half lift. Your choice of how far up you're going. Maybe it's your shins. Exhale, forward fold. Send that belly button and make it a deep forward fold. And then inhale, rise up to standing. Once the hands come together at the top, exhale, bring them right through heart center, and then we start again. Take 3 more of these. If you need the visual, go ahead and look. Take them at your breath space, and let them just feel really good, the inhales and exhales in the body. Two more. Maybe you incorporate the gaze, the neck. This is where yoga becomes that moving meditation, where you can only really focus on what you're doing in that present moment. One more. When you come up to standing, bring your hands down to your sides. I'm going to go back to the front of the mat. Bring the shoulders down. Take 1 deep breath here. Maybe sigh it out the mouth. Hands come to heart center. Bring the right knee up into the chest, and we're going to open up into superstar. So nice wide-legged stance facing the side of the room. Arms come up. Let's go ahead and own this power pose. Take it for what it is. Try to straighten the spine. Maybe adjust your pelvis a little bit. Drop the shoulders down, but the hands are lifted up. Spread the fingers. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, get heavy. Bring the hands to the waist. Put some weight into the heels. Or actually, let's do this. Bring your right toes to the back of the mat. Coming into triangle. So adjust your stance if needed. Arms come out into T. And then let's tip into triangle. Take your time getting there. We've got 5 breaths in triangle. Gaze goes up at the hands. And we're trying to keep a lot of energy into the left knife edge of the foot. Each inhale lifts you up and out of the torso, and exhale, maybe bend a little bit further. We just don't want to collapse. One more breath here. Gaze goes down to protect your neck. Inhale up to T-arms. We're going to take this to the front of the mat. Tip into triangle. Take your time. This is the first triangle for me in the morning, which means hips are going to pop, things are going to crack. And just take your time. Spend some extra breath. Maybe you can roll your chest a little bit more towards the ceiling. Really stretch from fingertip to fingertip. Exhale the shoulders away from the ear so you have a long neck. So much to think about. What about the back right foot? Is it on the knife edge, or you're really pushing away from the mat? Gaze down to protect your neck. Inhale up to T-arms. Let's come back to that superstar posture. Own it. Send the shoulders down the back. Bring the hands to the hips. We're going to take a forward fold, keeping the hands on the, like thumbs coming towards the middle of the back. And then I'm a horrible model for this because my shoulders are so tight. Bringing the elbows closer together. Inhale, put weight in your heels. Lift your chest to the sky. So much cueing, oh my gosh. Exhale, forward fold. Bend at the waist. Send that belly button up. We're going to keep the hands right here on the hips. Still sending the crown of the head towards the ground. Hips to the sky. Nice deep breaths. What does the exhale do for you inside your body? Keep bringing the elbows together. 2 more breaths. After that, let's exhale, bring the hands to the ground. Let's take a little half lift here. Then we're going to walk the fingertips to the back edge of the mat, coming into a low lunge. Go ahead and drop the knee down. Come onto the top of the foot, the top of the left foot. Enjoy this stretch in this low lunge. Feel that hip stretch. We're not going to get to a pigeon today, but wow, this gets right into those hip flexors. It's great. All right, curl the toe under. We're going to come to crescent. So take the knee off the ground, and when you're ready, lifting from the core, inhale the arms up overhead. Can be a little wobbly. Take your time. We've got 5 breaths here. Once you feel steady, we'll focus on a deeper lunge. Then gaze can go up towards the hands. Maybe you take a slight back bend. Fingers coming towards the back of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, drop deeper into the lunge. One more inhale, look up. Exhale, drop, bring the elbows into cactus arms. So dropping the elbows towards the floor, and then inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, both hands come back to the ground. Let's leave the left hand planted and take a twist. Bring the right hand to the sky. Let's take a few breaths here, enjoying this twist. Noticing what the inhales and exhales do for your body as you hold this posture, but you're not stagnant, you're not set in stone. The breath is moving you. And also, I'm wobbling. Exhale, bring the right hand to the ground. We're just gonna walk back to that forward fold. Bring the hands to the waist. Inhale, back to standing. Let's take the power pose. Arms come up and an inhale. Exhale, bring the hands back to the waist. Put some weight in the heels. We're gonna forward fold again. Exhale, bring the hands to the ground. This time we'll just walk the hands in line with the heels. Crown of the head, just taking this second version of a forward fold. There's 4 in total. I think we'll get 3. Send the hips to the sky. Maybe your forehead comes all the way to the ground. Yay, you. 2 more breaths right there. Nice deep inhales and exhales. And then we'll make a half lift. Walk the hands to the front of the mat. Lower onto the knee. Step back into the thing. Come onto the top of the right foot. And go ahead and take that lunge. Ooh. All right, when you're ready, we'll curl the right toes under and then set ourselves up so we can lift into crescent. Arms come up overhead. That right heel is spiked towards the ceiling. Exhales, drop you deeper into the lunge. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. When you're ready, gaze up. Maybe a slight back bend if it's not too wobbly. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bend the elbows down. Nice open hands. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, both hands come to the mat. And then we'll take the twist. Left arm to the sky. We took 3 to 4 breaths here, so set this up. Lots of space from fingertip to fingertip. Lengthen the neck. Drop into the lunge a little more. And then let the inhale and exhales twist you deeper. Bring the left hand to the ground. And we'll walk the hands back to the center. 1 more forward fold. So hands to the hips. Inhale, lift up. Take your superstar. Enjoy it. Inhale, lift. Open the fingers so wide. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, bring the hands to the waist. 1 more forward fold. Bring the hands behind the back. Doesn't matter which thumb's on top. Drop the shoulders down. Send the fists down. Inhale, lift the chest. Keeping this clasped. Exhale, forward fold. If you can, bring your hands right off your hips over your heads. We'll all look at the camera, hoping we can see you do that. It would be amazing. What can the inhales and exhales do here for the next 3 breaths? Maybe the exhales just sink your feet deeper into the earth. Or lift your hips to the sky a little bit further. Or drop the crown of the head closer to the floor. Let go of the clasp, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, back to standing. And from here, we'll heel toe the feet together. And we're gonna take it into Yogi Squat. So hands at the heart, exhale, drop the hips back. Trying to keep the toes forward, but probably our toes go up to the side. Be up on your heels, or up on your toes, or down on your heels. Put your elbows against your legs. Inhale, lift everything. Exhale, sink deeper. Each inhale lifts your spine a little taller, and exhale lets you sink into your heels, letting your hips give a little bit. Send lots of breath to that space. Got 2 more breaths. Let's bring the hands behind us. We're just going to lower down onto our bottom, bringing the soles of the feet together, just continuing to enjoy this hip release. So sit up tall, clasp the hands and the feet when you're ready to start to forward fold. We've got 5 breaths in this forward fold, so use everything we've been practicing, your breath, your movement, your lengthening of the spine, to make this your own pose, your own posture. Come back to deep inhales and exhales. You can either stay here or bring yourself up to an easy seat, legs crossed. Hands together at the heart, or maybe just on the lap. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. Noticing how you feel. Taking a quick scan from head to toe. Asking yourself if there's something else you need while you're still here on your mat. You're free to take it. thumbs to your third eye. The light and the love inside of me looks out and sees the same in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day. Namaste. Thank you for taking time to move through this practice with me. I hope you enjoyed the slow roll into our flow. I hope you have a wonderful time off your mat too.